Happy Vlogmas, it's episode 2 and we are having a crafty Christmas. This Vlogmas is going to be about a ton of Christmas crafts. I've got a load of different supplies, I'll show you some of them actually. I've got this box and it's got a mix of like random things that you can find around your house, and I'm going to be DIYing them into different Christmassy things. So I'm so excited for that. I will be getting out my Cricut Maker free, so if there's anyone out there who's got a Cricut Maker or does Cricut and you're interested, then there'll be some things for that as well. I am so excited, so let's just get straight into it. For the first craft in this crafty Christmas vlog is going to be making paper baubles. My plan is to make a mix of these and to use them along with string LED lights to make a border around the door. First off, I need to cut my designs. To do this, I'm using a standard grip mat, the blade that came with the machine and coloured cardstock. I found a free clip art of a bauble online which I redrew into individual shapes, each colour having its own layer. I chose the colours red, green and yellow because they felt very festive. I'll also be doing other colours, but this is what I'm starting off with for now. Once everything has been cut out, my plan is to layer everything and use those little sticky tabs like glue dots that you can get from the works to stick everything together. As you can see, everything has now been cut out. I laid it down first just to make sure I'd gotten sizings right and making sure that I am happy before I stick everything down. I was really happy with how the cutting process went, so this is me sticking everything down now that I'm happy that it's all aligned right. I thought I'd do a little update. So this is the bauble, this is the first one that I made. I plan on making more in a little bit. I thought I'd try and explain a bit more about the idea that I'm doing. So imagine you've got a door and then you've got string lights going like above and down, like around it. And then there's going to be a mix of these baubles, different sizes, different colours, kind of like going up the wall. So it kind of looks like the baubles are where the light's coming from. That's my idea anyway. I'm going to move on to the next crafty project, which is making Christmas crackers. If you would like to see how the bauble idea goes, I will be showing that later on, so make sure you keep watching. Okay, here it is, the process of making my paper Christmas crackers. I'm so excited to do this. I've made one of these before, whereas the baubles was a first for me, so I kind of know what I'm doing. I got a template for this online, cut it out on my Cricut Maker, and then discovered that the template just did not work. I ended up needing to edit it myself and making my own sort of version. I decided to do these in red and green because I felt like it really matched the theme. My original reason for doing these are to put little gifts in them for Christmas. A few of the gifts that I'm giving are jewellery, so I've put them in little organza bags and then I'm putting them into the crackers and sealing them. I think it's going to be much cuter than just using gift bags. A little tip for if you do make the crackers with a Cricut Maker, to clean your mat, use a lint roller. I found it so easy because I've got 2 dogs and it just picks up all the hairs and it's so good to use. What I do is I roll over it once, take off the sheet and then roll over it again with another fresh sheet, and I just make sure then that it picks up everything. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that little tip for you. I found it really useful. Once it's been cut out on my Cricut, I need to use scissors to make little slits in the paper, and I didn't do this on the template. I would edit the template to add this in, but honestly, it was a nightmare to do in the first place. I'm not good with that sort of thing, so I'm just using scissors. I used this double-sided tape to close the cracker, but later on you'll see that I needed something stronger, so we'll come back to that later. The next thing that I did was folded like the tips of the cracker. This just makes it easier later on to stick it all together. To attach the ends together, I'm using little sticky dots. These are the same ones as I'm using for the baubles. As you can see here, it makes kind of like this, I don't know, looks a bit like a heart, kind of. And I basically do it on the backs and then stick them together so that it kind of makes this pattern. I'm not entirely sure how to explain it, but I need to make sure that everything has stuck well, so I hold it in place for a little while. Next, I will be adding the ribbon, as you can see here. And when doing the green crackers, I prefer using red ribbon. And then when doing the red crackers, I prefer using green ribbon, because I just feel like doing the green on green or red on red doesn't look right. This is the part when I realised that the double-sided tape wasn't enough. So I'm using the sticky pads, but like bigger ones, to just secure it a bit better. Here's the Christmas cracker. As you can see, it sits well. I'm not as keen on the fold because it didn't stick with the double-sided tape, but this one did for some reason. It must be like a different thickness of card or something. This is with the double-sided tape that I used originally for the green one, but then had to change it. There's a little gift in that as well. That's going to a family member. The next craft I'll be working on are these paper chain reindeers. The first thing is to cut out strips of brown card. I use a medium shade brown because I'll be using a darker brown later on. To make the paper chains, I looped them together and stapled them. It's quite an easy craft to do. I kept doing this until I was at my preferred length, and then after that I cut out the antlers on darker brown. I also used card for this. It took me quite a while to do. If you have a Cricut or other cutting machine, it's probably best to use that. I do have one, but I wanted to show people that it isn't always needed. To stick the antlers on, I'm using these little sticky tabs you can buy from the works. I think mine was for £2 for the pack, and it comes with a roll, and it comes with like these little square tabs as well that are really useful. I went on to cut out the eyes and the nose. I didn't have red paper on me, so I coloured in white card just with a red marker to make it a bit easier for myself. I also used just a simple biro to do the eyes. Again, I just stick these on with the tabs. In this clip you can see that I'm actually making them smaller. They're rectangle shape and they are quite long, but I needed like them to be really small, so I just cut them with some scissors, which was quite easy to do. Next up, we're making these cute little snowman lights. To make them, I use the LED little lights you can get from B&M. I think this was a pack of 8 for £4. It might have been £6 actually, I can't quite remember. But I used them. I used some red string, but you can use any colour you want. You will also need card and sticky tabs, more of them sticky tabs, and googly eyes. Oh, and a pen, don't forget a pen. But like a marker so that it'll go on the material, because it's quite shiny. The first thing I did was wrapped the red wool around the light, and then I made it into like kind of a loop, if that makes sense, which was quite difficult to do, honestly, to work this out, but I got there. I suggest gluing it in place with some super glue, but I didn't do that because I didn't have it at the point. Next, using either black or brown card, cut out kind of like a T shape, and we're going to use that for a top hat. After I'd done the T shape, I also rounded off the corners just to make it look a bit nicer. The next part that I did was I got some red card and I traced around the top hat with scissors and made a bit of decoration. So you know how sometimes you have like a stripe of colour on a top hat? That's basically what I was trying to do here. To stick these on, you guessed it, use the sticky tabs. I'm a tad obsessed with these things. I even used the sticky tabs to stick it to the little light, and it worked really well. I wasn't sure how it would go, but it actually worked, so I mean, that's good. Next up, the googly eyes. Mine had sticky backs, so it was quite easy to stick them on. I think they're from Amazon, but I'm not entirely sure, so have a look around. And finally, for this project, I used a black marker to make little buttons for the mouth. So I thought I'd do a bit of a showcase. First off, as all of you have been waiting there patiently, we have the baubles. So here they are on. You can see the baubles. I think it looks really cute. There's some bigger ones up there. And then we have the reindeer paper chains. These are really cute. I made 2 of these, and I'm not sure where I'm hanging them yet, but I'm going to do them in my bedroom somewhere. I also made these little snowmen lights, which I thought were so cute, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, they changed colour, so I think they're really cute. I also made some basic red and green paper chains, and I thought I'd share with you as well what my mum's made. She's really into crafts as well, and just look how gorgeous this is. She also tried a smaller version, which she's not done before, but I think that is just so cute, and she's letting me hang it up in my bedroom because I'm doing like a pink theme for my tree. These next few clips are of my mum actually teaching me how to make these snowflakes, and I thought I'd film myself making them. I'm an absolute beginner at these snowflakes, so I'm not going to do a voiceover explaining how it's done, because honestly, I still wasn't entirely sure, so I'm going to do music for this part of the video. Thank you so much for watching Vlogmas episode 2. I really appreciate it. I'm doing another Crafty Christmas Vlogmas episode. I think that's Vlogmas episode 5. So make sure you check back for that. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.